Welcome to build day, I believe it is 23, and I will double check. I'm losing count on days as usual. And I know I just got a little dark. We're out in the shop. Got our haunt errands ran, got some haunt supplies in. Stop and had lunch. Boy, did we have a good lunch. So I won't be taking any breaks. I'll be working out here until dinner. Today, we've got foggers, pneumatics. Those are the two main things. There's some smaller things here or there scattered throughout the haunt that need to be done. Sue-Ann is going to be doing my painting for me by brush, because I don't feel like dragging the airline through to get all the painting done. So she's going to be putzing around the haunt a little bit. I'm out here in the shop. I need to get some supplies together, get them out there, and get to work. I think we're going to start over in the water room with the fogger over there so I can get that type of stuff going. I need to get a platform put in for the fogger and what have you. Some piping to run for zombie bait. But that's where we're going today. It's foggers and pneumatics. Hey guys. Sorry, I keep forgetting to grab the camera. It's almost dinner time, and I think I've only shot the opening. Might have one other segment. I don't know. I don't remember. I've been busy today. We got all the foggers in, or at least 3 of them in. I put one in here in the graveyard as normal. There'll be fog coming out the big crypt there. And then we put another one out here in the pumpkin pile. I threaded a pipe into the rose bush, so the fog should come up through the burlap, I hope, and disperse through the pumpkins. We're hoping. That was a fun one to wire. I got the pumps wired up. These need to be plugged in. So those are good to go. We're waiting for water on that. The fogger in the water room is plumbed. And we also got the motor in for the water wall. So the fan blades hung. You'll get a look at that tonight, hopefully, when we do our light check. Working now on actual pneumatics. Oh, and I also got all the Scoop-A-Boo boards placed in their displays along with their sensors. Not hooked up, won't be hooked up. That's one of the last things I do is go through and hook those up and get them all programmed. But I'm working on this mess here. This is a bunch of my solenoids and cylinders and stuff for the my various props. We've got the big one here goes to the Spider Mech. I am not sure which one that goes to. I'm gonna have to start checking my props and finding out. But it's basically a lot of solenoids, and I've got to get them hooked up in place and then run the airline for it, so everything's got their own airline. I've been working in here in the clown display, hooking up air whips. We did that last year, and that was a good startle scare for people. Once the shirts are pulled down, you can't see it. And I've got that one done, and I've got this one done. And this one, I need feedback. I've talked to the wife. She thought it was a little lewd, but was hilarious. And since it's the first one in the line, we're not sure how many people are going to notice. I have an air whip. Went and tried to put the air whip back here, but when it starts going off, this tie is going to be flying up out of the way, and the air whip will be visible. We don't want that. The only way, with the way Sue's got this dressed, I can put that damn thing is right there. I put it down in its crotch. So when it starts going off, the pants are going to bounce around. You know, he's going to have a floppy. I'm wondering, how many people think that's inappropriate? So, I'm just curious. Sue-Ann thought it was a little lewd, but she thought it was also hilarious. And I'm not sure how many people are even going to notice that we put it there. So, because most of them will come by and go right past, and that thing will trigger, you know, after the first person's gone by. So unless it's a large group, I don't know if anyone's going to really notice if we put it in the pants. The other two, I've still got to do yet. They'll go in the shirts. They're all wearing shirts. This is the only one not wearing a shirt. Once I get all the airlines ran, I gotta get behind here and get them hooked up. I went and made that there for the clowns last year, and this year it's going to be doing double duty. It's going to be doing the clown and the cornhole way. So, going to be interesting. But anyway, just a quick question on that. I'm going to get back to doing pneumatics. You will not see these things working tonight. I probably won't see them working until next week once we get all the Scuba Boo boards in and we go through and start setting things up. I ran into a bit of a problem. I've got all the air whips or rat tails or whatever you want to call them installed in the 4 clowns. I was getting ready to go back here, clean up the wiring and hook it all up and everything. And I went looking for these. I thought I had a bunch of them. I only have 1. I need 3 more. I just had to go down and order them. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to get the wiring and stuff hooked up and cleaned up. Well, not hooked up, but cleaned up and, you know, ran the way it's supposed to be ran. But I'm not going to be able to do much with the air until these come in. And it said 2 to 3 business days. They're sending it priority mail. So I'll either have it Saturday or I'll have it Monday. Oh, God. Oh yeah, there you go. Doesn't look like the water wall's turning. I'm going to have to look at that tomorrow by the look of it. The fogger is working though. And that's definitely going to need to be on a on the timer. But it's fogging up in here pretty good. I de-hooked the fogger. It definitely needs to be hooked up to a Scuba Boo board. It ran for 2 cycles. Ran, went to cool down, and then ran again. This is the result. You can't see anything. And well, I'll come back in here after this airs out a little bit. I got the blade turning. The adjustment on it was off. But man, I can't see where I'm going. It is just way, way too foggy in here. So, even the witch is fogged out. Okay, we're out on the patio, or driveway, at the photo op. And I've got a fogger with a core tube running into the pumpkin patch. I was hoping, oh God, yeah, it's coming out the bottom. That's going to be neat because we'll have the feed and stuff on the truck. That ought to be interesting. Because it'll go down the street and everything else. I was hoping it would wick up through the pumpkins. But I don't think you're seeing a very good shot of it. There you go. You probably see it a little bit. And we're fogging up the street too, so that's interesting. I gotta get Sue out here to take a look at this. Okay, it's cleared out a little bit in here. Yeah, it's still pretty hazy, but there's your fan blade working. Wanting to get you a better shot, luring skeleton. Start getting over here. It's clearing out. You couldn't even see this earlier. Okay, now it's having more of the effect I want. It's weeping out from the bush a lot more and up out of the pumpkin stack.
Yeah, look at it come out here.
Yeah, it's coming out. You know, you can't see it. There's not enough light. You'll get a better look at it when I get lighting on it. That's an interesting effect.
Yeah.
And I think I'll just leave it on the remote. That way we can turn it on and let it run for a while. With the light. Okay. Well, that was kind of fun. Welcome to the wrap up. The snack of the night. Vanilla ice cream with melted peanut butter over the top of it. Since I didn't do breakfast of the day, we're going to do a snack of the night. I gotta give Josh something. So vanilla ice cream with some melted peanut butter over the top of it, and a little bit of whipped cream and a Marciano cherry on top. I think that's what I'm going to have when I get in the house before I start editing this. But sorry we didn't get you much footage today. Got you some nighttime. Hopefully the spiders on the ground show up and all. The sewer room was kind of comical. The fogger I had jury-rigged to run through a full cycle. And it ran through a full cycle. Hit the cool down, ran through another cycle when I bailed over and unjury-rigged it to turn it off. It's been probably about a half hour now, and we're just now to the point where you can walk through there and actually see where you're going. It's still nice and foggy in there. There's no air movement in there at all. So it's taken a while for that fog to dissipate. The fogger in the crypt in the graveyard, you really couldn't see much from that because there was no lighting. It was dark in there other than the little light we have in the crypt itself. So not overly worried about that. The fogger in the photo op, on the other hand, when it first turned on, the whole inside of the bush was nice and cold, so the fog came out and was actually hugging the ground and going out into the street that way, which I thought was a neat effect. Really neat effect. We very rarely ever have our fog do that here. By the time I got the wife out and turned the fogger on for her, the inside of the bush had warmed up, so it was actually wafting up through the pumpkins, which is what we initially wanted, and it was seeping out underneath on the ground a little bit, but most of it was just going right up through the bushes. Need to get some lighting on it, and that stuff will show up a lot better. Oh yeah. We got, as you just saw, we got all three foggers working. We got the ship's wheel put together today. And then we've got 7 pneumatics going. We've got the 4 rat tails in the clown hallway, in the clowns, including the lewd one. And we ended up with 2 lewd ones. There were 2 skeletons with no shirts, just pants. So you can guess where the air whips went. And we got both water blasters. There's another 2. And we got the attack spider. They all have their solenoids. Air hoses are hooked up to them. And they're the one water blaster and the clowns are ran out back, ready to be hooked up to their tank, which I'll get in tomorrow. And the other water blaster and the attack spider, while I have air hoses hooked up to the back of the props, they're not ran to where they need to be. And I'll do that tomorrow, first thing in the morning. It was getting a little bit too late, and our neighbors' dogs go haywire if anyone comes into the yard at night. So I gotta wait till tomorrow to run those air lines. I'll probably get the attack spider done first. Now I can just run all 3 of them. As far as what I have left on the pneumatic props, I have the pirate, I have the jumping spider, and I'm not sure how many I'm going to put into the corn hallway, but I'm going to do a couple of, at least 2 rat tails in the corn hallway. So I bought enough solenoids to put 5 in there if I wanted to put 5 in there, but I'm not sure on that at all. I'll make that decision when I go to put them in. But anyway, got the corn hallway, the jumping spider, the pirate to do, which is the other half of it. I gotta get all the air lines ran back to where the storage tanks are gonna be. I gotta get the storage tanks into position and hooked up. And then we're pretty much done with the pneumatics at this point, other than hooking them up to the scuba boards, which I'll do when I'm doing the low voltage. So I'm hoping possibly tomorrow we'll get a small start on doing the low voltage. It all depends. I've got the pneumatics to do. I've got to get the gypsy wired, which won't take long. And I've got a flash cracker I want to put in. So I get all that stuff done and get all the AC crap out of here. And, you know, all the parts and everything, like what's on the table over there, put away. and kind of cleaned up out here, and then I can start on the low voltage. So if we don't start low voltage tomorrow, we'll definitely be starting it Saturday. So it'll be interesting. But I'm going to get inside, get this edited, have me some ice cream with melted peanut butter over the top of it. And I'm going to relax tonight. So stay spooky. Stay toxic.